girl Lisa Hott, and this is Hott TV.
Who's hot? Who's hot? Who's hot? Hott TV. Hott TV. Check me out, ma. I'm on Hott TV. Check me out, what you know about me? Been doing my thing, was born for this scene. Check me out, ma. I'm on Hott TV. Do it for myself, my fans, and my team. We got that heat. You know I always rep my city. You are now watching Hott TV.
What's going on? It's your boy Peter Jackson. Right now you're inside of my studio, my new studio. Come take a look.
How long have you been doing this for?
It depends if I'm lying in interviews or not. I always lie about my age. But honestly, like probably 10 years as a business, and probably been messing with it probably for like 14 years.
You could be anywhere, baby, you with me though. Shorty, I'm a boss, look, that word to Hugo. Racing Ferraris and Murcielago. The devil wear Prada, so I call her Diablo.
You know, around 15, 16 is when I can really remember like rapping in parties and rapping in the parks and stuff like that. Like that's when I really feel like it started.
And what about like the promotional side of things? Because you're also known as a promoter.
Over here, this flyer right here, this 2005 November 18th, this is the first show I ever did. You know, there's like 6 or 7 different people on that, you know, flyer that it was kind of a collective that we decided to do a show, and we bust and had about 400, 500 people.
Crazy.
Go all the way to Peterborough, which is about an hour east of here. Bust them all, took them. It was an incredible show, and that's kind of when I realized, like, yo, this could be a business.
Yo, check this out, this is the HAVOC. Yeah, it's Prodigy, kid, you know what I mean? Infamous MOBB, kid, we here, man.
October and November.
Canada, what up? We coming through, man. Make sure y'all come through to the show.
Going down May 5th through the 16th. It's my first time touring in Canada. Make sure you get your tickets early.
Getting it all day at the Opera House.
Opera House.
You already slow. Come through. Killer Bees on Swamp. Let's go.
Well, this is some of like the first stuff. Like right here. This was me, Drake, and Jenna G. A long time ago. I don't even know what the date is on that. It says October, but you know, me, Drake, Lloyd Banks back in 06. There's lots of stuff on here. The first show I ever sold out with Wu-Tang.
Okay, dope.
I literally sold, I think, every ticket almost by hand, about 900 tickets by hand myself for somebody. It was Raekwon, you got Jizza, myself, and my whole group. You know, this is some of the older stuff.
How important do you think the American cosign is? Like the features, how far do you think that takes you in terms of like how Canadians?
It depends what you do with it. You know, there's a big difference from paying for a feature and then just, you know, like I've done so many features with people that have never come out for their own reasons. Why maybe they didn't, you know, you could say maybe they didn't like it, but I highly doubt it because they paid you to do it. So, you know, some people just do features for their own reasons, like just to keep them or just to say they were in the studio or just to take that picture. But it's like, I don't do that. Like, I'm only doing the record with you if you're doing the video with me, if we have that relationship where we can talk.
Hey, it's a party, girl. Every day feel like your birthday in Flocka World. Don't pull a shout at that Flocka girl. Celine Birkin bags, my designer girl.
So how do you think, since I was 16, it's been received? Like,
I mean, the numbers are good. The numbers are good. SoundScan numbers are good. I had a goal when the album came out. I knew what it was supposed to do. I knew it wasn't gonna, you know, sell 1 million copies. I had a realistic goal for it. So I'm definitely on the way to that.
So you showed me the secret room.
Yeah.
What the heck are you planning? What's next?
A lot of business, a lot of stuff behind the scenes, a lot of making sure all that stuff's right. You know, that's the plan, because that's the foundation to all this stuff. You know, you can rap and make 1,000 songs, but if you don't do something with one of them, you know. And that's something I don't have. I have a lot of the other stuff. I don't have a single. I ain't have nothing that's ever really hit like that. So for me, it's, you know, chasing the right records for everybody else, because, you know, I can make music for myself all day, but at this point now, I'm not really trying to do that anymore. I'm trying to do what everybody else thinks I should do, which is not conforming, but it's like I'm just listening to the people around me for the first time when it comes to certain things like that, because, you know, we have a formula that works, but it's not getting us exactly where we're supposed to be. I'm on Danny Fernandez's new single, so it's a different vibe for me. It's a whole different place for me to be in. You You know, it's not a record with me and YG, and it's not a me featuring Danny Fernandez putting him on a hip hop record. It's a, you know, it's a pop record. You know, like I said to you, I'm part owner of a really big video company in Canada. You know, in these studios, I got my hands in the background of these studios and stuff. So it's, for me, it's a lot bigger than just me. Video in Toronto that I want to see would be You've Changed. I think it's by Roll Dollar and Socrates. That was one of my favorite records growing up.
Giving back to the community is very important. I hung out with Star B at this super cool after-school basketball program. Check it out.
Everybody bring it in. So let's be disciplined and let's keep doing what we've been doing all year. We're gonna have the baseline. Let's go. Let's go, baseline. Grab a ball, grab a ball.
You don't have to care this much. You don't have to spend this time. Why
Well,
are you doing
this is what was done for me when I was this age, you know. I went to Winona, and a gentleman by the name of Wayne and his brother had a program that he used to run, and it really helped me out. It was good for me to spend time after school. Me and all my friends went there. My mom knew where I was, so I felt comfortable, and so this is what we do to give back. You know, I grew up in Parks and Recs. I grew up, you know, with lots of mentors and people helping me out, so we try to give back to the community. And I'm lucky to have all my friends with me that come in and help me out, and my own son is actually here with me too, you know, and so no better feeling.
Even the mothers tell us they're happy because we also give them that father figure. Like, it's not just basketball here, you know, like we do it like a mentor stuff. So like we have like the 17, 18-year-olds, we'll use them as coaching. We'll coach them and then make them coach these guys.
Let's go. Everybody down. Go. Together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
School year? How did you hear about it?
It was through a community center. So, and I know Star for quite some time. He's a good guy. So I had my boys and my daughter come, and they've been improving 100%.
Actually, I used to work in this school as a safety monitor in this school here.
Okay.
And it's like my first day I came here, the kids were all like, "Hey, can you open the gym for us? Open the gym for us?" I was like, "Okay." So I phoned the permit department. I told 5 kids. The first day, 40 kids showed up.
Wow.
The first day. So I was like, "Wow, there's a need for this in this community," you know. So that's how it started. We got the permit. I'm bad with administration skills, so I just got it and just paid for it myself. I tried to charge, but I noticed that whenever time I charged, it was like a barrier for some of the kids, even though it wasn't that expensive, and even though I would let anybody come in, a lot of the kids wouldn't come, and I didn't like that, you know, because I actually want to deal with the kids who don't access these programs normally, the kids who are at home in their neighborhoods playing by themselves outside without any adult supervision. That's what I decided to do with this program.
Let's go. Because homeboy plays no defense. You are playing on the team, you make sure you play defense. All you stuff. Let's go. 1, 2. The reason why I come here and sacrifice my Mondays and Tuesdays is because it's fully worth it. I've noticed that basketball has become a magnet to young African Canadians in this country. And for a lot of them, it's nothing but a hoop dream. So this camp is different than others. We try to provide a certain mental state and allow them to know that basketball is not the only thing to life.
She's a large contributor to our program. She has like 5, how much children is here?
Yeah.
5, 6 of them? She's a large contributor.
And ever since my children have been coming, they really improved.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad that
Especially
I'm here.
their behavior. That's what we've been working. Sammy, he was what a tough nut to crack, Sammy.
And how important is it to give back?
It's key. I mean, you ask somebody for, you ask somebody for money to donate some basketballs or something like that, get some T-shirts, and oh no, I don't got it. But yeah, you see the same people buying $1,000 bottles at the club and stuff like that. So I'm like, all right. So I tried to find a a smart way to, you know, trick these people into helping their own community, you know? So it's like, you know, so what I'll do is I like to get places where I can get my own bar, you know, and I invite those guys that left to spend, and they don't know what they're doing, but they're supporting my youth program. So keep buying them bottles when you come to the club, you know what I'm saying? You're supporting the youth right now. This is Star B, you're watching Hott TV. Hot! You wanna watch Hott TV?
She took down the flag. She was arrested.
Right.
And then guess what? Don't they get a black brother to put it back up?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Like Uncle Tom Anthony.
Yeah. I know.
That's a bad one. No.
Oh,
What does that say? What kind of statement is that?
Yeah,
North Carolina or South
what kind of
Carolina?
statement is that?
Right?
Yeah.
That's
in South Carolina? Is that?
White supremacy. That's
You think you guys are
white
together?
supremacy.
You guys aren't together.
We're not
Look,
together.
look what we got. We got another guy to put this flag back up.
Where is that?
Dark skin. You guys aren't
South
together?
Carolina.
You know what? As a kid,
So how
I
do
used
we
to love
feel
that
about
flag.
the
I used to love that flag as a
question.
kid.
How do we feel about the Confederate
No,
flag?
I didn't know what it was, but it was on the Dukes of Hazzard's car.
Dukes of Hazzard, yeah.
And that's all I needed to
That's
know.
how I knew that
is
flag,
that when
yeah.
homeboy was jumping in the car,
Yeah.
you seen the flag every time.
Right.
And I loved the flag.
Yeah,
I wanted
Dukes of
one.
Hazzard,
Straight
yeah.
up.
I didn't
That's
know
how
what
I
it
knew
was.
that flag.
I thought
I
it was
knew
a Dukes of
that flag
Hazzard
as a
flag.
Dukes of Hazzard flag.
Yeah, I had no idea what that was.
So the flag represents to you guys.
Dukes of Hazzard.
Dukes of Hazzard.
That's what it represents to me.
Dukes of Hazzard,
Yeah, I don't know. I think they need to get rid of that flag though, man. You know what I mean? That's definitely, like, you're not gonna see one of them ISIS flags or something. Like, you put a flag like that in your house, or not even an ISIS flag. I'm gonna say you put a black flag with some Arabic writing or something like that in your house, or hang that off your balcony or put that. What? Who are you tied to? You know.
Did you guys know that Kanye West used it on his Jesus tour clothing?
Enough artists. I seen Lil Jon and them use it. Them guys from the South and shit like that. I seen those guys use that from time. There was guys what were the guys like? Oh, Hypnotized Minds and shit like that. Those guys used to run with that shit. David Banner and shit. Southern guys. You know what I mean? Maybe it means something different to them down there. I don't know. Maybe there's dudes that look at it like. I have no idea. I don't know. You know what I mean? That's not our culture down. Like, you know what I mean? That's some Southern. You're talking about Southern
pride.
You know what I mean? Exactly. Like, maybe on both sides. I don't know. You know, I don't think definitely people of color should be raising that thing. I think, you know what I mean, for a black man to go specifically a black man to go put that flag back up, that's horrible, man.
Just letting you know, like, all right, you guys are mad. All right, yo,
That's white supremacy.
Kunte.
Tyrone.
Go ahead, yeah.
Blackest name I know. Yo, you Tyrone, go climb up the pole and put that shit back up there, Ty. Right now. You want to keep your job?
Yeah.
All right, make us look good.
You're not taking lunch.
No, you gonna do this now.
Straight up.
Yeah, while the cameras and everything's out there. Boy. They probably call him boy when they're done.
Believe it. Believe it.
Yeah, sure.
She's the woman that was on her way to a new job in Texas and was pulled over by the police for not signaling. And then they roughed her up, arrested her. This is just
Black
for not
woman?
signaling, yeah. Arrested her. And then she was found in her cell 3 days later. They said that she committed suicide. So of course now the family wants an investigation. Yeah, she was a black
What state
woman.
was that in? In Texas and Atlanta and these places? That racism shit is still heavy and hard, huh?
She had no
They're
record.
still
That was her
doing
first.
Of course she had no record. It was we're talking a simple routine stop.
So this
The
woman
same
had
way
like a
you
normal
don't
job. She had like a regular job.
She was on her way to her new job in the university. At the university. They arrest her saying that, oh, she fought a cop. But she's also like a really politically active woman, so the whole time she was saying stuff. You know what I mean? You're banging my head. She was thanking the person for recording, like the police and stuff like that. And then next thing you know, 3 days later, she hung herself in the cell.
There needs to be like an uprising though, man. Like,
It's too much.
Fucking investigation. We need more investigations. You know what I'm saying? Is there more, you need to go investigate more? More what? To find out what? You know what I'm saying? You can't connect enough dots to see the picture. You know those connected dots? Maybe there's like 2 dots left, but we already know what the thing looks like. You know
No,
what I mean?
everybody, yeah.
Come on,
no,
man.
honestly, it left me with like, I felt terrified just because this is like, that could have been me. You know what I mean? Growing up, how did you guys feel about the police growing up? Like, really, how did you feel? Like, if you remember as a kid, were you afraid? Did you see them as heroes?
There was always a disconnect with the cops. There's always a thing, like, the cops come around, it's like, no. You know what I mean? Like, that, it was always this opposition, like, you know what I mean? That's a whole different side. That's a whole different, you know what I mean? Like mindset even. Like, it's a different, yeah, man. I don't know. And to this day, it's still, you know what I mean? Like, you still have that. You still walk with that. You still, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
See, when I grew up, it was different because the cops used to come to the neighborhood and give baseball cards and gun and shit. So like, yo, the cop cars are coming. They give the baseball cards. So that was my community relation. Like I never, like, you know what I mean? Like I grew up in a black household. I never met the white side of my family until I was 21 years old, which is funny because everyone thought I was adopted. Is a blonde hair, big blonde afro and stuff like that. But my family was different towards police officers. They didn't. It's not, and we weren't privileged either. It's just that my family didn't have an opinion. They never spoke out and told me police officers were bad or they were any good. You see, the cops in our neighborhood, like I said, they were giving out baseball cards and gum.
You don't understand. Like, for me, my mom, she's not dealing with none of that. Like, she's not even, like, you know what I mean? Unless, I guess, maybe if she has to or whatever, but at the end of the day, there's a disconnect. There's a disconnect, especially for immigrants and things, like, you know what I mean? Coming here, like...
Yeah, well, I didn't realize how bad the police were until I was older and started dressing a certain way. Okay. And started talking a certain way.
Back in, like, the 70s, like, I remember the cops coming to my dad's house and him telling me, yo, get away from my door. Like, there was no respect for the cops like back then times. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have the power that they had when I was coming up, say, as a teenager. You know what I mean? And the cops were grabbing people and locking them up and stuff like that. And I learned to be scared of cops from the guys in my neighborhood that had running with the police. Otherwise, the only thing I know was my dad sent them from my door, that moved from my door, and closed the door in their face. So there was no respect.
But that was black cops, though.
No, there was a white cop.
Oh, was it Jamaican?
Regular, no, up here.
Oh, here.
Up here.
Oh, okay.
Right at Birchmount and Danforth. They wouldn't have no power. You could beat your kids back then. You wouldn't get in trouble. Cops really had, unless they catch you on the street doing something illegal, you're fine.
You see the police, you run.
It's not safe.
In my neighborhood, yeah, cops are coming, yo, run. Everyone else is running. You're gonna be the guy left stand up there. They're gonna want to know why didn't you run? So you don't want to be the one talking to them. So you run too, even though you didn't do nothing wrong. You still run. That's why I came up. You see the cops, you run. But I won't run from the cops now because I know that if I do that, I'm just setting attention to myself. But back then we was fit. Ain't no cop catching us. No. So you better run.
I think you try to protect them from that crap to a certain extent. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have to teach to respect authority until I think they learn, you know, have their own life experiences.
And
where
at the end of the day, you gotta watch out because the system can be dangerous too, right?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? A lot of people get wrapped up in this. I've seen people go in the system and then come back, regular people, and then come back. Now they're just pants down to here. They're just walking, looking at the ground, bugged out. Why? They were fine last summer. They were okay.
My daughter's 11 years old, and she's afraid of the police. Yeah, she said, "Daddy, I'm afraid of the police." And I said, "Why are you afraid of the police?" She said, "Because when I see them on TV and the way I see they deal with people, I don't want to be dealt with. I don't want to be dealt with like that."
They make people afraid of them for no reason.
My daughter's only 11
I'm sure
years
they're
old.
good. Some of them are good, and some of them follow the code or whatever. But you know, some of them made it bad. You know what I'm saying? People are afraid of them now.
Bring that dog.
I did it.